Hello, thank you for tuning in to this section of reads. These readings are always valid for whenever you come to them. This is on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca, just in case it's floating around somewhere else. That's where it's supposed to be. The card information and the dice, all that's down below if you're interested in what I'm using for these readings. I'm also, if you're near Herkimer, New York, I am doing in-person readings at Renewed and Rescued. Email me for details if you want an appointment. Thank you very much to those of you who've already reached out. I appreciate it. That's all I really have for this part. Besides that, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email, same information. Thank you very much for watching, and let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Libra? I'm all very careful with it. I put it down very gently. Is this a sensitive situation? I wonder if it is. There are some blocks here that we're trying to get through. I see that very actively. I feel like this is a delicate situation. And when I say delicate, definitely more than normal. Definitely more than normal. Is it gonna... There's an evolution happening. There's a lot. There's a lot. It just keeps going. Can we be done? Okay, there's healing at the bottom here. Okay. I feel like we got a bit. There's a lot. A lot of communication. Trying to find the right way. Maybe not liking the current direction things are going in. Maybe that's why we're slowing down. We're trying to block things. And it's kind of maybe I have to change what's going on here. Okay. This is coming over from the side too. The Four of Swords is also here. Waiting is not helping. I feel like whatever's going on here, it's kind of I'm trying to gather more information. Makes sense why you'd want to go slower, because I feel like it's a work in progress, but they're saying waiting isn't helping this situation. It might just be making it more complicated and giving it way too many options. It reminds me of when dealing with little kids sometimes. Take this with a grain of salt, and I could be wrong. Kids are all different, right? But it reminds me of if you're dealing with 5-year-olds. If you give them too many options, you might have problems, and they may have really a difficult time with that. If you give them 2 and you just make them nice options, I think it goes better. And as they get older, you give them more. But I feel like this might be one of those things where kind of you know what, maybe we just got to shrink it down, don't give as many options, and then kind of move this forward. Granted, I feel like you're trying to find a few better ways to make this happen. I feel like you're putting in a lot of work here to try to make an evolution in the sense of I don't know about what we're given here for possibilities. It's you can either have a ham sandwich or a turkey sandwich, and you're just all right, we have some vegans, but they can take off the meat and cheese, I suppose, and it's something. I don't really like that option. I know there's other people here who want, this, and they don't want bread, and they don't want this. It's kind of listen, maybe we just got to give ham and cheese or turkey and salami or turkey and Swiss, whatever. And people are just going to eat what they want. If they don't want it, don't take it, that type of thing. Maybe we can even have a station where, take the pieces that you want and blah, 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 blah. I feel like I'm trying to find different ways to do this situation so more people are happy. But I'm getting that whatever's going on here, I don't think we're getting that luxury. It may look like we're having those possibilities, but it's not really working. You're really putting a lot of effort trying to make this work. I keep getting that, but it's not letting things move forward. We got to move things forward. We got to accept that not everybody's going to be happy. And at this point of the evolution, things are not going to balance yet. This might be I don't know how this is going to sound, but this might have to take a full year before it actually balances out in all pieces. It's not going to balance out for right now. It's going to be over time. We got to balance it out like over a year's space. Maybe that's not the ideal way to do it, and I feel like I don't like that. But I'm getting like, if we move forward and we kind of have that viewpoint, it's going to be a process. It's going to take us a whole year before it actually does finally circle around and everybody gets their fair share. Having certain people wait doesn't seem like that's fair either. Some people get it before others. That doesn't seem fair either. But it's better to move forward and actually for everybody to get something good. It's kind of like over a year, everybody will get their $500 bonus. If we don't move forward now, we could do it all at the same time, but everybody's going to get a $100 bonus. And it's kind of like, yeah, well, I feel everybody would like the $500 better than the $100. It may come in pieces. It may not all come at the same time. It may take a whole year before everybody gets what they want, but at least people are getting the 500 versus the 100. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. I also see like Libra looking at this like, it's not fair that these people get their 500 in a month. Those people in 5 months. Some of these people don't get it until almost the very end. And I just feel like I don't like how that's going to make people feel. But it's better than just like everybody just getting 100 at one point. We could all get it in 8 months, but it'd be just $100. I feel even the people who have to wait till almost the end are like, well, I'd rather have the 500 since we're going to wait 8 months anyway. Might as well get the 500. Begin now, pushing it forward. Somebody is here to help you. You do have a, I cringe to say ally. I don't know about ally. You have support. You have compatible support to help you get this moving forward. I cringe to say ally. I don't know why. I mean, it's a general read, but like, you have support. You have support. Because I don't feel like I like the idea that I don't know about ally. I don't know if that's right. Because I don't know that they see it your way. I feel like on this situation, they'll help it move forward. It will support the situation as you're currently moving, as long as it is moving forward. If it's not there yet, take it with a grain of salt. If the rest of this reading is hitting, I'm getting it's going to show up soon. Is there anything we could give Libra to help show that that's coming forward? Somebody who doesn't want the situation to fall apart. See, this is why I didn't like the ally thing. But they're not friendly. It's not a friendly energy. I got the 3 of Cups reversed, which is telling me not a friendly energy, but doesn't want the situation to go bad. This is somebody who's like, they're included in this whole situation. They're like, I would also get my $500 if we move forward now. If we go slow, I'm going to end up with $100, and I don't like that. So they're supportive because it serves them. The 3 of Cups reversed is saying, it's not a friendly energy, but it's like there's something at stake for them. So as long as that factor is here, it's compatible. It doesn't mean this person's good, bad, or indifferent. It's a general read, but I get like, as far as this goes, and you see this a lot in work situations, as long as it serves them, they'll help. That's this going on right now. Wheel of Fortune is trying to show up. That's interesting. So, as this moves forward, something is going to change. Something is going to finally start. This, to me, feels like a very strong, like, we're walking away from what wasn't working and we're going to move things forward. That stagnant time is going to flat out end. Sooner or later, it's going to end. You don't have to validate this with other people. Libra is usually a very good communicator. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm sure y'all let me know in the comments if this is not fair, but I'm going to say this. You're an air sign. There's good communication, and then there's also over-communication. You got to be careful to not do the over-communication. I feel like I'm not comfortable with not communicating at all, which you got to do what you got to do, but you don't have to validate things. You can communicate and move on. Especially if there's, with today's day and age, a lot of times you can do it with an email or a text. Short and sweet. Go on to something else. You can let people know that, how do I do this? If you do it when you're busy and people know you're busy, you can do short and sweet and then not respond for a while, because especially if it's during the day where people are like, oh, well, Libra's busy, so they're not going to be able to respond right away. you give yourself some leeway, a break. Set it up so people will give you a break. Short and sweet. You don't have to validate things, is what I keep getting. I feel like that's hard. I feel like that's a lot. Another way to handle it, possibly, is to acknowledge that things are a little up and down, and that everybody's going to get what they need. Sooner or later, everybody's going to get what they need. Short and sweet. Things are a little random right now, or we're waiting for things to stabilize. As I know more, you'll know more. One of those things. As I get told more information, I'll tell you guys more information. Hold to it. Everybody's going to get what they need. And just short and sweet, move your energy somewhere else. Move your energy away from this. Move your energy out of the line of fire, quite frankly. Because if you keep trying to validate everything, it's going to become very hectic. It's going to become very... There's a lot of conflict here. It's going to be very heavy for you. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way is what I'm getting. Short and sweet, move on. Remind people, hey, when I know things, when I get told more things, when I get more information, I'll share it. We're all going to get what we need. Don't worry, I'm keeping my eye out. We're all going to get what we need. I'm going to keep my eye out and keep my sensors alert, whatever you want to say, my eyes peeled. There you go. We'll do what we can as we can do it. This time in this situation is not meant to be forever. It's an evolving event. It'll be what it is. So it's kind of like when I was giving that bonus thing, $100 versus $500. Either way, the year passes, whatever it is, and we'll be on to something else. This isn't going to be forever. Remember that. This is not supposed to be forever. When a year passes, if we're going to use that same analogy, when everybody looks back, I feel like they're going to notice that they got the 500. And I feel like at that point, they're going to realize we could have held it back and everybody could have got just $100 all at the same time. But because of the way we did it, everybody got 500. When it's all said and done and everybody looks back, overall, they're going to be happy that they got the $500. There will be those squeaky wheels who will be like, well, I didn't get mine as soon as I could have, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you don't have to invest in that either. There will be those little squeaky wheels. But overall, you will have the support you need. Overall, people will kind of help you with this and be like, no, Libra did the best for us. We all got $500 instead of $100 because of the efforts Libra made. And it was all fair in the long run. There's the only thing that I see afterwards that I feel like maybe you want to be aware of, especially if you take this route, we're using the analogy 500 versus 100, people may expect this to happen again and be looking to be like, well, how else can Libra help us? They really like the outcome. I feel like if this goes this way, they all got the $500. They're like, Libra got us $500. Can Libra do that again? There might be an expectation set here. Be aware of it. Be aware of it. There might be an expectation set here. As long as you're aware of it, keep ahead of it best you can. So it's like, if I'm looking at this analogy, it's kind of like, well, there were certain things. Our company was doing really good that year, so I knew it could happen. I'll keep my eye open for it, and if we could do that again, or go do something like that, I would like that to happen again. I'll keep my eye open, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a regular thing, but I will keep my eye open. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but maybe the year after. I don't know. If it can be next year, all right, I'll do what I can to help make it happen. Just kind of keep it ahead of it. Set that expectation before people have that expectation, if you follow me. Like, because I get, like, people are going to expect, like, a repeat of what you've done. It may not be a situation where that's realistic. Like, I've seen that with places I've worked where there's been really good years and they give a good bonus, but then people want it again the next year, and it's kind of like, yeah, but the company didn't do as well this year, so it's not likely it's going to go that way. And it's almost like putting that information out there before people start going, well, why didn't we get it this year? Before it even gets anywhere near that, going, hey, the first quarter came around, well, we're not doing as good as last year. We're doing good, but not as good as last year, so I don't know about what that's going to do for bonuses. And then when the second quarter comes through, stuff like that. That's what they're saying with this. Like, be aware of, like, the expectation that might be coming around you. Not that you want to disappoint people, but you don't want to get caught later kind of like, well, that's not realistic. You don't want to be explaining it later when people already, like, had built up this expectation over a full year. And they're like, well, why aren't we getting it now, Libra? Instead of explaining it later, explaining it as you go. noticing like, oh, people have expectations. Let me just make sure I put it in reality. Pull it out of the clouds. Let's put it in reality so they're not expecting too much from me that I can't produce here because it doesn't make sense. Stuff like that. Because overall, this looks like it's going very, very well. We just want to be aware of the expectation on you later. And it's like, wait. Before we go there, let's not go there. That type of thing. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.